Good morning and welcome in on this Monday morning at 5. I'm Claire Crouch. Traffic is moving again this morning on I-44 in Lawton following a semi-crash overnight. Police are asking for your help this morning in their search for an escaped inmate. Breaking news out of Oklahoma City this morning where a house fire is raging after being struck by lightning. Talk about a buzzkill. A man claiming to be one of the first to legally buy marijuana in one state has now been fired from his job for doing so. Thousands of firefighters, some as far away as Florida and Alaska, are helping crews with a huge wildfire this morning. Well, people will spend a lot of money to save a family pet, but how far would you go to save a goldfish? Ooh. They cost like 10 cents? This is George the goldfish, who was suffering from a tumor nearly the size of his head.
He could live another 20.
Wow.
That
Holy
is
cow.
amazing.
I thought they lived that long.
That has to be a record.
Well, for most people, because
Yeah.
you know what happens.
Mine lived about 2 weeks when I was
there.
a
You
kid.
go.
I had one dive out of the whole bowl altogether.
Wow.
I just want to stress again how slippery it is under this snow. There is a nice thick layer of ice. I'm standing on it right now. It is so slick, guys. I wanted to show you something cool though. Literally cool. My cup of water I brought to drink. I promise you it's in there. It's frozen solid. That is how cold it is out here, guys. It's no joke. We're not just telling you it's cold. It is freezing. All I can do is describe today's events as a complete circus. The usually quiet Stevens County Courthouse has been overrun with media from across the state, the nation, and even the globe. Obviously, a very emotionally charged day, a very hectic day here at the Stevens County Courthouse. Reporting live in Duncan, I'm Claire Crouch, 7 News.
Emotions ran high as the suspects' families gathered at the Stevens County Courthouse. After court was dismissed, loved ones and scores of media gathered in the lobby to hear District Attorney Jason Hicks' explanation behind the charges.
This is not Duncan, Oklahoma. This is not Stevens County, Oklahoma. This is not something that we see happen here. And I'm going to do everything that I can to ensure that we see these 3 thugs pay for what they did to Christopher Lane.
Families of all the boys maintain their son's innocence, including James Edwards Sr., who feels his son, the youngest of the 3, 15-year-old James Edwards Jr., shouldn't be charged as an adult.
I feel that he doesn't really matter. He doesn't really understand it at all. He really doesn't understand how serious it is.
Hicks believes each suspect has been given the appropriate charge for their role in the crime, especially Edwards, who has displayed no remorse for his actions.
Doing what we refer to as a little dance and turning circles and kind of laughing and carrying on as he was being processed into the Stevens County Jail on a murder 1 charge, which was a joke. It was just a great big joke to him.
But there was nothing funny about what happened at the courthouse. Tears filled the halls and the suspects' families grieved for their pain and for the victim's family.
They have my condolences and my sympathy, but I would like for people to know in this community that if we would reach out to the youth and do more things with them, this stuff could be prevented.
This company comes in under the pretense that they're helping Habitat for Humanity and they're raping this community of resources.
The company Captain Hole is referring to is Houston-based American Recyclers. This company partners with nonprofit organizations to bring in donations. In this case, that nonprofit is Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity receives $12,000 a year for the bins, but the actual donations are sold for profit by American Recyclers out of state. Hole says the primary concern is people who donate to these boxes may not realize little to nothing they put in is given back to our community or even anyone in Oklahoma.
It's not clear as to the extent of the benefit to this community, and considering how many they've got around town, you would think it benefits the community a great deal.
And last night, the Lawton City Council took a big step in correcting this issue by passing a new ordinance placing several new stipulations on donation boxes, like requiring them to more clearly display who and what they're collecting for.
As of now, the bins do say they are a for-profit organization, but it's all the way down at the bottom and in small print, and the city says that's not enough.
But in a phone conversation I had with the Oklahoma City representative for American Recyclers, she said they think their signs are adequate enough. And in fact, she said they've never had an issue like this in any other towns. An attorney for American Recyclers say they are planning to contest the ordinance. And if the city doesn't back down, they may have to pack up and go home.
I'm not prepared to say it'll put them out of business in Lawton, but it certainly will crimp their profitability, their chance to earn a profit.
In the end, Captain Hull said organizations like the Salvation Army and Goodwill have no issue with Habitat for Humanity. He said he just can't sit back and let an outside company take advantage of our community when he knows we could be getting so much more.
They're just not putting the resources back in this community based on what they're taking out.